So yeah, I'm a cat now, which means I won't be able to do this review. How unfortunate. Okay, fine, I'll do it. This is Bostin Heroes. God almighty, this comic sucks. Not only webcomics have some sort of redeeming quality, like the art is good, the story is easy to follow, or the characters are well written. And then there's Bostin Heroes, who doesn't have any of these qualities. As the writers of Bostin Heroes choose to put it, in comics like these and ours, the backdrop becomes an important character in its own right. If you doubt this, try and imagine Batman patrolling Emmerdale, or Spider-Man swinging from the lofty spires of Trumpton. And with the spelling errors aside, let's see if this comic can hold up to Spider-Man and Batman. Here's a hint. It can't. The story begins in medias res, as we are introduced to Birmingham. And on page 3 we are 1 week earlier in time. Well, that was some eventful 2 pages. Anyways, there are 4 people being summoned to Dudley Castle. How? I don't know, seeing the letter they got only had a B on it and the text X marks the spot. How is Dudley Castle implied in X marks the spot? It could literally be any place in the fucking world! So, they're teleported, I guess, and they wake up in a cave where they hear a strange voice with a heavy accent. In a matter of 2 pages, they are getting thrown t-shirts in the face and that gives them superpowers and told, you're going to be superheroes. And they deal with this unbelievably well. Before they know it, they are doing something. I really wish I could tell you, but as a matter of fact, I ain't got a fucking clue. I will deal with this when we are talking about the art, but my god, it's so bad it even makes it hard to know what the fuck is going on. Anyway, they're given names and a base by the accent, and this is probably where I hear the stupidest thing I have ever read in a comic. They're being explained that they'll be trained under Dudley Castle, and one of them goes, in a cave? A cave under Dudley Castle? And then proceeds to saying, a cave without a toilet? Are you fucking kidding me? Where in the 9 levels of hell do you find a cave with a toilet? What kind of question is that? It's like going into a record store and ask them where they hide their automatic weapons. In short, the 4 people are told to be heroes and, because of poor writing, they more or less agree without any questions. And then, 1 week later, a big fucking monster comes out of nowhere. Wait, 1 week later? Wasn't that about the time where they were walking around and a building exploded and like nothing happened? You know, the beginning of the comic. The story stops there for some odd reason, and there's this small segment where the creators of the comics are having auditions for the B Squad, like they're real actors. Here they're trying the more fun approach, and it was first when reading this I went back and realized they had also tried to be funny before, and failed miserably. After that, there's a story where Behave is stopping 2 robbers from robbing a coffee shop. A coffee shop? Really? What, were hairdressers, churches and the homeless shelter already taken? I hate these characters. I hate them with a burning passion. The comic's thing is that it does a lot of playing with the letter B. So we got Be Mine, Be Safe, Be Sting, and Behave. Be Mine is of course the pretty girl, and believe you me, here I'm using pretty very loosely. There's Be Safe who... I got nothing. This character... A blank sheet of paper has more personality than him. What the fuck are you talking about? Then we got Bostin, who's the joy bomb of the group, who is probably the one taking the whole superhero thing the best. I can't help feeling she's, special. And then there's the joyful character Behave, who has a sadistic comment to everything and who feels too cool to do anything. That is until the later part where he's a nice guy, but still a complete ass. There's also the voice with the accent, but other than being able to talk a lot without really saying anything, he's rather unremarkable. I've seen characters with more depth on my fucking cereal boxes. Yeah, I have very eventful mornings.
Pull me strong.
I've been waiting for this. Oh god, I've been waiting for this. This is the first time in any comic I've ever experienced art so bad that I can't tell what's going on. Yeah, it's that bad. The art looks like someone drank a bottle of ink and threw up on a paper and then finger painted things. The shadows meddle too much together with the rest of the art, making it almost impossible to distinguish from one another. And look at these faces. They look like they're melting. My favorite page ought to be this one. First of all, look at Bostin here and tell me that doesn't look painful. No? Then how about this? They are straight out snapping Behave's neck by throwing a fucking t-shirt in his face. Look at it! I mean, let's analyze this one for a bit. The t-shirt is coming from in front of him and is hitting him on the right side of his head. Yet when we see it, the t-shirt seems to be turning his head counterclockwise. So in other words, his head does a complete turnaround. All we need for him to do is puke up green shit and stab himself in the crotch with a cross while yelling his mother sucks cocks in hell. The strange thing is that there's one thing this comic gets right, and it's hands and backgrounds, which always seem to be the hardest things to make. Yet here they're actually very, very good. But the comic really suffers from this art. Most of the time you really can't tell just what the hell is going on from these poor ass drawings. I know what you're thinking, and yes, this one time I might even want sprite art more than this. Wow, I never thought I'd actually say that. There is however a change in artist at the later story called Il Bustino, drawn by Paul Ehrlich. I can only assume he's not a steady part of the team because he's not listed in the crew, which he should, because unlike the other artist Jack Davis, Paul actually draws something you can see what is. Also, it has its charm in it's done entirely by pencil. It's still stiff and not pretty to look at, but they should really stick with this guy in the future. If you live in Birmingham, you should track these people down and leave a shit in their mailbox for giving your city such a pure reputation. This comic sucks in every single way and I can't come up with any redeeming qualities. At least X-Cup had its ridiculous humor. This one has nothing to offer other than a how low can you go experience. The premise is okay, with new heroes trying to get accustomed to it all and being heroes in a sort of unexpected arena, but it's so poorly executed that the premise is shot to shit almost instantly. The premise is a free. The characters are plain, stupid and unlikable. The only thing making them different is that some have boobs and their abilities. The characters are free as well. The art is fucking horrible and earns the lowest rating the Webcomic Belief has, a 1. The art is only scoring points with the backgrounds and the hands, but when you fuck up so badly that the art is making it hard, if not impossible, for you to understand what's going on, then you got something serious wrong with you. All in all, Bostin Heroes gets a 2 out of 10. This can't be recommended to anyone or anything. It's shite, no matter how you look at it. Also, the idea of getting superpowers from t-shirts is just stupid. I'll see you guys at the next Webcomic Belief. Take